Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, Monday.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Watch the boot. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Right here. Go red.
Passing play, Flacco. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
A gain of 18 on the
nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check. Crunch. X3. 218. Chop. Get it.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double tight. 4 down. Alert. Look out for number 30. Number 30. Check 50. Mike 42.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Now Flacco. And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Three down.
Express.
This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Express.
This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
You must be dreaming.
Shit.
Later 9.
Check the back.
Put that down.
Watch the edge.
That's up.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Raiders.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Pick the edge. Go. Express.
I got him. He's mine.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. at the Broncos' 37-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. This is caught. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
They're on 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, boy. 55. Right there, gun. Watch the car. Watch the car.
Now Flacco. He'll find Lindsey here. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
We own them. We own them.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
What down? 180.
Stop your whining.
Undercrush. Yo, Chief.
From the 39, Carr. Got his man, it's Williams. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Hey, we're good. 180.
Hey, switch gears. Switch.
25. Check 25. Back. You're mine. Kill.
On 2nd down now, Richard. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Richard. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Watch the slant. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And some room to maneuver. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay, 61 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Space to maneuver at the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Big stop, G. Big splash.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 10-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's not going to get me. 45. 45.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now this time Carl throws. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Intercepted.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Monday, down. 185, 29, 29, 52. Watch 52. Hey, Zoo. Express.
Throwing his car on third down. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way, but you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
On first down, Jacobs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
45's the mic. Bravo. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Yeah, that's right.
Carr now on first down. Looking for the end zone. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
All day. Check 13. Check 13. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lock. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Brings up fourth down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
261, matchbox lights. Go, go.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Let's go.
They do go for it. It's Locke. And this is going to be incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Derek Wolfe there on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
At the 42-yard line.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Express. Check the call. Check the call. Here we go.
They run it with Jacobs. About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Broncos' 27-yard line.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now is Carr. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The sack by Todd Davis.
2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
X3, 218, chopper.
On 3rd down, Carr. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Broncos 6.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Pilot, 64, weak.
51 the Mike.
They'll run here with Lindsey. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
30-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, orbit.
Calm the crouch. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
check. Blue draw, Porker.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey. 4 down. Ready?
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Torrey Smith, 69 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
His defensively got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On 1st down, Richard. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Mike 52. Hey, Delta.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Carr gives to Richard. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Carr. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense.
Carr going to go on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A gain of 3, second down. On 2nd and 7, Locke. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
80 weapons. Go. 51.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. It's caught. Smith. 25 yards that time. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here we go.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke, and that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
52, Mike 52. Here we go, here we go.
Raider 2.
43.
734. Hey, Alpha. Express.
Carr going to throw here. Past the 20. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Zay Jones. Incomplete. Chris Harris on the coverage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for Oakland, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they go down. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
Let's go now. 8, read. Ready, ready. Get it. Come on, set. 18 game now. Here we go. 30 base. Shoot. Down. 60 pits. Say hut.
The pressure is on. This one is for the gold.
Ready, ready.
Hey, you know what, men? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary? It gets me even more excited.
No, set.
We're only
50,
scratching the
plant.
surface of our potential. This team has so much talent. So just keep pushing. Keep pushing. We're going to get to that next level.
Ready, ready. Head up. Ready. 15, Lonnie. Fire. Set, ready. 10, Loba. Leaf river. Leaf river. Ready.
All right, this one's for all the marbles. This is for gold.
All right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common. Great practice habits. Today was a great practice.
You ready?
And if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
Ready. Hut, go. Set up. 60 outlaw. Get it. Put up. Let's go. 90 wolf. Now. Set. 60 orange. Shoot. On the set. Say hut. Let's go now. 10 Tucson. Ready, ready. On the double. Hit it. Ready. Hit it. Fire. Here we go. 18 Gator. Leaf river. Leaf river.
base. Set, go. Hey, Jet. Okay, break. Huck, go. Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Get it. Way to go.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You've taken the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back.